thank you for everything. I'll go on ahead and deliver the hover drive.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we came here to Sheridan and met the coolest old people ever, and then made our way to the Medjugorje Highlands to rescue Genji, who, well, made his audio to start the episode there. In this episode, well, we're gonna go talk with the folks in Sheridan to see if we can get their hover drive and rescue some people, because, well, that's what we're here to do in the first place, isn't it? And actually, now that I think about it, it's the first time in about, oh god, probably 3 Let's Plays that I've not let off an episode by saying my name. So, hi, I'm Caront, just in case you didn't already know. I have Guy here as basically the shadow, or the face character, because that's the way the game actually left it when we departed the Medjugorje Highlands. Ultimately, it's a little random as far as which one you can get or will get. There, your Demon Seal, if you'll remember that treasure that we used Mew Attack to spritz out of the water a little bit ago, that's your item there, so just be sure to grab that before you leave. Not that you have to get it now, but it's a good thing to go ahead and pick up while you're at it. Alright, so now, since we have everything in place and Genji is back safely and we don't have to have that on our conscience, let's go ahead and go in here, or go to here anyway.
You must be the nuts who sailed over here on a Malkuth land ship.
Are you a Malkuth soldier?
Uh-oh.
Run!
Capture them!
Ah, you're back! Aston's about to attach the hover drive right now.
Open this door immediately!
What's going on?
We were spotted by Kimloskan soldiers.
Oh, that's right. You're a soldier from Malkuth.
This city originally produced land ships for Malkuth. If we weren't on the brink of war, nobody would have cared.
Speaking of land ships, we took a load of parts from yours. There are even some parts that aren't being manufactured anymore. It was a big help.
Thanks to that, the Tartarus is no longer operational.
But if the Albior can actually fly, we won't need the Tartarus anymore.
What do you mean, actually?
The Albior carries our hopes and dreams. It will never fall.
It already did.
Hey, guys, hurry it up! They're breaking down the door!
What's the condition of the Albior 2?
It's finished, and the pilot's ready too.
Okay, we'll handle those soldiers. Hurry!
But the soldiers are quite irate. Perhaps I should tell them who I am.
There's no time! Leave it to us.
Never underestimate the elderly. Now, take off into the great sky of dreams.
I think that both of those sentences are fine words to live by, just saying.
We'll leave the rest to you.
By our honor as Sheridan's Class M, this is as far as you go!
I've been waiting for you.
Who are you?
I'm the Albior 2's pilot, Noel. Genji, the Albior 1's pilot, is my older brother. I'll fly you to Saint Binah in his stead.
Thanks.
Let's go.
So, we've got wings! Well, automatic wings anyway. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a bit before we can actually fly this thing for ourselves. Won't be too long though, but for now, it's controlled automatically.
Mr. McGovern, are you all okay?
Ah, it's you. What's that vehicle?
Field Marshal, we'll talk later. Right now, let's just get everyone on board.
Allow me to express my gratitude. But what's going to become of Saint Binah?
I imagine it will sink into the mantle before long.
No. Is there nothing we can do?
This is like when Hod fell. They say it took a month to sink.
Hod. So this is vengeance for Hod.
Is there really nothing we can do?
It's sad to lose your home.
It's already weird enough having the ground fall apart. I can't think of anything we can do. It's hopeless.
I know. What about the Sephiroth? This place fell because Master Van messed with that passage ring thing and did something to the Sephiroth, right? Then can't we just bring it back?
But we don't know how to use passage rings.
Then we'll interrogate Master Van and...
Luke, there's no way we could pull that off. I understand how you feel, but...
No, you don't, Guy. None of you do.
Luke.
I'm the one who destroyed Exariuth. That's why I have to do something now. I know this won't make up for what I've done, but if I could save this one city...
Luke, get a hold of yourself. You won't get anything done like that. Let's go to Yulia City. They know more about the Sephiroth than we do. Now that the score predicting Saint Binah's safety has faltered.
Yes, Grandfather might be willing to help.
And Luke, you sounded like a child a moment ago. Everyone here wants to save Saint Binah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. We're not mad or anything.
I'll launch the Albior then.
All right, now we can fly. And, oh, sorry, Saint Binah, but yes, now we can fly. But yeah, now we have to basically go to Yulia City and see if we can figure out what to do about the landmass that is now resting in the cliff off. Flying in the Albior is not too particularly difficult. I mean, I'm basically just breezing through the directions because, well, I already know how to fly it. But it's not too hard, really. It's about as intuitive as using the Tartarus on water, which, well, it's not that hard either. Just turn around, hold buttons, and go. Now we are heading over to Yulia City, which actually is pretty much directly west of where we were, so I am going a little bit too far north. Now, right at this point, we actually can't do anything else with the Albior. It's just a flying machine, which obviously is good. However, it'd be nice, though, if we could navigate it a little bit better maybe on the sea as well. But for now, not too big of a deal because it's not really going to keep us from doing what we need to do, which is head toward, well, hopefully not toward a world of death, that would be rather rough, but head toward Yulia City and see if there's anything really that Teodoro can do to help us. Hello, Yulia City. It's been a little while. Now, generally we would look at doing some side quests while we're here, and they rearranged my party again. Good grief. Okay, I'll rearrange it in a minute whenever we go to our next destination. But for now, all we really need to do is talk to Teodoro.
Grandfather!
I figured you'd come. I've been waiting for you.
Standing right there in that spot? That has to have been rough.
Grandfather, please help us. We want to save Saint Binah.
Yes, I suppose we must, though we are fearful of deviating from the score.
Before we talk, I'd like to let the people from Saint Binah get some rest.
Oh yes, let us take them in.
Thank you. Luke, don't be discouraged.
What?
Jade rarely scolds people. What he said earlier shows that he's taken a liking to you.
Field Marshal, don't put words in my mouth.
Old folks don't have time to bother scolding people we don't like. Jade is no different.
Honestly, of all the things to say, I'm going on ahead.
He pegged him. Guess Jade has a few soft spots after all.
Yeah.
Tyr. Thanks.
What's this, all of a sudden?
You've scolded me from the very beginning.
Oh, that was just... I mean...
It's weird. I always thought of getting scolded as a bad thing.
It's not a good thing either.
I know that.
Alright, so we talked to Teodoro, and actually while we are on our way to talk further with him, oh, suddenly Ash is in the news here. There are a couple of things that we can do as far as the side questy stuff goes. The first of them is to talk to our supply guy here. Oh no, this is terrible! What am I gonna do? What's wrong? Tyr, I went to replenish supplies and forgot to buy weapons. Mayor Teodoro's gonna be angry with me again. You never learn, do you? What did you forget this time? If I could just get 5 maces, I think I could manage something. Yep, let's give them to him because we actually do have them this time. Oh wow, Tyr, thank you so much. I promise I'll return the favor sometime. More important than that, be careful not to forget next time. Don't worry, I know. Thanks again! So you notice, even if you do miss out on the rice, which I did, you don't have to worry about it as much because it will automatically pick up this third step, and you will get the benefit for finishing this quest, which is a lot of TLP, and it actually helps open up a series of titles later. Next up, talk to you. I used to live in Saint Binah. Man, that was a close call. But I left my home in a hurry, and the only valuable I have now is this arcane art text. That's an Albert-style text. Did you buy that in Vatical? Why, yes, indeed I did. That originally belonged to my family. Can I have it back? This is all I have left, and I bought it for a large sum of money. How much? I'll pay. 40,000 gold. Okay, I'll buy it back. Whoa, Luke, hold on. That's our money too. But if we explain the situation to my parents, they'll fire the maid. How about taking the money in exchange for valuable hard work? Work? Just do something to help your mother. That doting, kind mother will surely be happy to give you money. Colonel, how could you say things like that? Still, he's right. If Luke were to offer to help his mother out, she'd probably be beside herself with joy. Okay, let's try it. So we initiate that. We have to go back to Vatical actually to do the schmoozing with Suzanne part of this to get the money. Now, I will also add, it does not matter if you actually have the money or not, because we do. You still will not be able to just go ahead and fork over the money. You actually have to go see Suzanne in order to complete this little set. Well, with that taken care of, all we really need to do now, though, is go and talk to Teodoro and chat with the folks here while we're at it. Ultimately, it's up to you whether you want to or not. But ultimately, our goal is up here with Teodoro. So, let's go ahead and see if we can find out some stuff from him.
I'll get to the point. Is there any way to save Saint Binah?
Oh, this is a difficult problem. If only we had the key of Lorelei that Yulia used.
The key of Lorelei? What's that? It sounds kind of familiar.
It refers to the sword and jewel of Lorelei. If I recall, it was used when creating the planet storm. I've also heard it referred to as the symbol of the pact between Yulia and Lorelei.
Correct. The key of Lorelei is said to be a phonic weapon created by Yulia using the power of Lorelei.
The Sword of Lorelei gathers 7th phonons, and the Jewel of Lorelei disperses them. It's said that the key itself is made of 7th phonons. Supposedly, Yulia summoned Lorelei into the key and freely commanded that power.
Whether that is true or not, what is true is that it could control the Sephiroth.
But once the planet storm was formed, the key of Lorelei was cast down into the core.
Yes, we can't use something we don't have, something that may not exist at all. In any case, I suspect it would be impossible to lift Saint Binah back up to the Outer Lands.
Is there really nothing anyone can do?
It may be possible to at least prevent it from sinking beneath the liquefied surface.
With the Sephiroth?
Yes. They are controlled by devices called passage rings. By using the passage ring to restore the Sephiroth, we might be able to keep Saint Binah afloat.
Where is the passage ring that controls the Sephiroth tree for the Saint Binah region?
At Shuri Hill. It's to the east of Saint Binah.
That's where I was taken when I was captured on the Tartarus. At the time, I thought it would still be protected by the Albertesque and Yulian seals.
The Albertesque seal disappeared once the passage rings for Had and Exiriuth were destroyed. But the Yulian seal should not unlock until the promised time.
But the Commandant must have unlocked it and operated the passage rings, right?
Yes, even we don't know how he did it.
Let's worry about that later. How do we operate the passage ring?
I've heard that all of the control panels require the use of the 7th phonon.
Well, we've got 3 people who can use that.
Tyr, Luke, and myself.
The other issue is whether Van has done anything to damage the passage ring.
We won't know that until we get there.
If it's east of Saint Binah, then it's probably falling along with the city.
So now we have ourselves a destination. And I don't think that Teodoro has anything else to say, but let's go ahead and talk to him nonetheless. Okay, no, not really. He's just reconfirming, reassuring us where we're going. So that's our next trip. And I will show you where Shuri Hill is before we close off. It is going to make this episode a little bit short in terms of time, but I want to tackle Saint Binah. I want to tackle Shuri Hill in one gulp. I generally like to do that with dungeons, or I want to try to be doing that with dungeons. So we will head out that way, and then, well, we will go through Saint Binah and then through Shuri Hill itself in the next episode. But, well, we have to get there first, so let's go ahead and head out of Yulia City. If Luke will ever stop running. Thank you, sir. Now, you might be thinking, well, when are we ever going to go back to the surface? That'll come in a little bit, actually, after we finish up with Saint Binah and Shuri Hill. But I will go ahead and kind of show you where the area is that we'll be looking for. If you see this here, this area just a little bit... I position it by that big black dot there. It's actually a little bit south of that dot. That is what you will need to look for in regards to going back up to the surface. So if you're ever in the Cliffoth with a flying ship like this, and you want to get back to the surface, that's ultimately the route you'll need to take. However, that is not our course just yet, because first, well, we got to keep Saint Binah from sinking into the liquefied miasmic yucky stuff, and going through Shuri Hill is the best way to do it. Now, he said that Shuri Hill was east of Saint Binah, which we actually can't go in Saint Binah right now. We will be able to later, but not right now because it's sort of wrecked. So how then do you get to Shuri Hill? Well, just go east of Saint Binah, and, well, here we are. Actually, it's right there. So let's go ahead and land ourselves an airship, and we run right here, and we come to Shuri Hill. But, like I mentioned, I'm going to leave that for next time. So, next time on Tales of the Abyss, we are going to make our way to Shuri Hill, go through the dungeon, and see if we can save Saint Binah from falling into the liquefied mass. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.